Chris Dute of Islander.
And I'm Mikey of Islander, and you're watching Under the Gun TV. It's been kind of crazy. Like, this is our first major tour, so we've never done anything like this before. This is all new for us. Everybody's been awesome to us. So the catering's good. All the bands are nice. The crew, we couldn't ask for a better tour to be on. So it's been cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We were able to put the album out. It came out 5 days after we started the tour.
Yeah.
So we could start selling it before it actually came out in stores like that. So that was cool to be able to start selling it early to the first couple dates.
It's kind of an exclusive, kind of if you were there, you could get it then kind of thing. We didn't know that there were so many people that knew our songs until we got out there, and you're on the other side of the country, from South Carolina, and they're singing songs in Washington that aren't even singles. That's crazy.
I love, as the tour has progressed, we've had more other bands watch us from the stage, which has been pretty cool. The first couple of days, there's nobody on stage watching us from behind us, and then today we had the singer of Suicide up there, and then Korn and.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was up
Eddie
on my
was up
side.
there.
Eddie
Cool.
was up there on our side. No pressure. It actually pumps me up when other bands are up there watching us. Cause I'm like, man, I gotta do good in front of these guys.
Don't suck.
I
went one time to the gym with Fieldy. We haven't been back since, but it was kind of like this thing where I had been thinking already, man, I've got to do something just to take care of my body. I'm not trying to look like Hulk Hogan or anything like that. So we went and lifted some weights. We weren't, you're not going to see us on the cover of Muscle Magazine or anything.
Who's stronger, Islander or Korn?
I think we might be.
I think. I don't
know.
want to say anything.
No, I think we
think
might be. Depending on, I don't know, depending on who you ask.
What is it like?
I'm just kidding.
What is it like?
Yeah, it's the thing is, when we came out here, Korn was Korn. Used to be on MTV all the time when MTV used to play music and all that stuff. And now I see Korn walk by and I'm like, we can make jokes and stuff. And it's more it's kind of, I don't know, it's not even about music. It's just a friendship beyond music, and we're all just people. So
when they say what's up to us before we say what's up to them, and down the hall, walking down the hall, that's a different feeling. Coming into this tour, I thought we stuck out, but that's a good thing for us because we like to play for crowds that we don't really have a genre. I don't consider us to have a genre. We're just a rock band.
Just a rock band.
We do stick out on this festival, but at the same time, that's what we should be doing. Because there's not really a tour that we could be put on. Because we could put on every tour.
That's right. Yesterday, somebody was asking me. They were like, "Who do you guys want to tour with?" I was like, "Just anybody. It doesn't matter." And I made the joke, a Katy Perry tour, and of course that's, the market's not going to allow that. But for us, we can accommodate, whether it be acoustic or whatever. And we're just, first and foremost, we're a rock and roll band. We know we're heavy, we know that, but we also like catchy music and stuff. And honestly, the way the industry's going, I don't think it's that difficult for anybody to stick out this just not playing the same breakdown over and over again. We're friends with a lot of those bands, but for us, we're just man, it's kind of getting monotonous. So,
yeah, I think there's been some metalheads out.
The big bald dudes, really muscular, so.
Dudes that are bigger than us, and I'm like, "You sure you're like our band?"
Yeah. Did you see us, or was it another band?
Yeah.
So it was, I think that some metalheads have really gotten into us.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, a lot of metalheads, I guess, don't know who we are coming into into this show, and then our show is pretty heavy, so I think they're kind of I can get into this, it's kind of open.
Yeah, they hear us on the radio, and they hear Coconut Dracula, and then they come see us, and they're like, "Man, I didn't know it was gonna be head walking and stuff like that."
Yeah.
The song's about one thing, but the song, what it's about, it would have looked ridiculous for us to do it. So as far as a video and do it here's what the song's about, that kind of video, but it still shares the message of having a new nature. In the video, one of the kids, the Coconut kid, the Dracula, he's not destructive, and he just doesn't have that nature of being evil or whatever. And the girl in the video, she's like, "Man, I want to be more like you." So she goes off and follows him at the end instead of sticking around with Mr. Hockey Stick. So my family's from the Dominican Republic, so they speak Spanish. And one night my Uncle Ray was speaking Spanish, and he said something that sounded like he said Coconut Dracula, but he didn't say Coconut Dracula. I'm not sure what he said. Can't remember, but I told him, I said, I like that. I'm going to write a song called Coconut Dracula. He's like, no, you're not. So I came up with a story of Dracula, Count Dracula, picking a coconut off the ground. He finds one, and he bites into it, and he discovers that there must be something sweeter in the world than just like being like evil all the time. And he's like, this is awesome. So he goes and gets his name legally changed from Count Dracula to Coconut Dracula, and he's roommates with a mummy, a witch, a werewolf, and Frankenstein. And at that moment, he has like a new nature, you know, and all his like roommates are like, what is going on? He's planting a garden. He's helping with charities. He's like wearing Batman pajamas, and the song's from the mummy's point of view. And he's saying, I want to be someone more like you, because the mummy represents death and someone covered in dirty rags. So he just looks at Dracula and he says, man, whatever joy you have, I want that. So you got to teach me what you know.
That really makes me want to go and read through all the lyrics line down.
Yeah, you'll definitely see it differently after that.
When I picture if you made the song into, like the meaning of the song into a music video exactly, I picture it being animated, like a cartoon type thing. Yeah, that's what I see in my head.
I always picture it being like an Alien Ant Farm or a Blink-182 video
Really?
from the 90s. So that's pretty cool that you guys think of a cartoon. But yeah, the song, I mean, it can relate to whatever. If there's someone you look at and you say, man, like, you know, you're inspiring me to do something better in this world and to be better, then, you know, it could be about that or whatever.
We have a tour with a band called Otherwise.
And Like a Storm.
Like a Storm.
Yeah.
In September.
September, and we have some stuff in between with Rob Zombie. We have the Aftershock Festival in California, and then we have Louder Than Life in Kentucky with Kid Rock, POD, and a bunch of other bands. So staying busy, a lot of hustling to do. Yeah, HR, the vocals of Bad Brains, he's actually on one of our songs called Lucky Rabbit. He recorded all the vocals through a cell phone because he missed both of his recording dates. So I asked him if he could do it over the phone. So we hooked it up that way, told him what the song was about, sent him the song, and I just told him to do whatever he wanted. That's what he did.
There's no tempo or anything behind it, was it?
No,
right?
no tempo.
Yeah, no tempo, no music, just talking.
Yep, just talking. And we just kind of, we knew it would probably work with the style that he does, and it worked perfectly. Got in the studio, chopped it up, sent it back to him, and he said to his wife, he said, I know that's not the kind of music they really want to be making, but he said, you got to start somewhere, because I think that he wants us to be a little softer maybe, because I think he kind of likes a little softer music now. But he said the creativity gets an A+, and we wanted him to come out and do Lucky Rabbit with us on this tour, but he had moved a little too far away from where we were. So next time we're in his area, though, we're going to try to get him out and do the Bad Brains thing. They've influenced the entire everything here, even though a lot of kids don't even know it, or bands don't even know it. They wouldn't be making the kind of music they're playing without the Bad Brains. So it's an honor to have them say anything about us. But I understand why it's difficult to just go find new bands, because a lot of creativity and a lot of the passion has been lost in music. Bands are playing with samples and guitars. They're not even playing their guitar parts. They're just like pretending to, and we're not about that. We're just, you know, if we suck one day, we suck. If we ever do anything right on stage, we can be really thankful about that afterwards too. So
I'm Dude.
And I'm Mikey, and we're 2/4 I'm not good at fractions.
1/2
We're 1/2 of Islander. And you're watching
Under the Gun TV.